Well, I think it's the oldest cliche in cricket, is that cricket is a sideways-on sport. I'm not sure it's 100% the case, but on these conditions against this left-arm spinner, Embledinier, I think it is. What did Ted Dexter used to say? Try and play beside the ball, not behind the ball. Why do you say that? Because whichever way your shoulders go, your hips will follow, and whichever way your hips go, your hands will follow. So I'm going to give you an example of a good sideways-on position, and that's Joe Root. If I have a look on the screen here, watch Joe Root and watch how much of his right shoulder you can see. You cannot see any of his right shoulder at all. And in that sideways position, the hips and the hands will follow the shoulders and stay in a line, which means the bat and the bat face will stay on line, and if anything goes slightly to the offside, which you want against a left-arm spinner, you're not working against the spin, and the ball will squirt away on the offside because he's not been squared up. Watch the ball squirt away and Root's off strike. Now compare that to Sibley, first innings of the first test match. Look how much of his right shoulder you can see. So the hips follow the shoulders and the hands follow the hips, and the bat has to go with the hands. And the bat will be pointing towards mid-on, mid-wicket. Look at that bat, the ball spinning in the other direction, so he's got to nick that. Now, Crawley, very similar. Look how much of the right shoulder of Crawley you can see. The hips follow the shoulders, the hands follow the hips, and the bat goes where the hands go. And again, Crawley hitting a ball spinning away towards mid-on. And the end result with both of those, they nick it, they're playing across the line of the ball. And a split screen of Crawley on the left, look at his shoulder, and then look at Joe Root on the right, and you can't see his right shoulder at all. The other thing I'd say, and Mihaela mentioned it very well there, try and get a wider stance, okay, which gets you a bit lower, which makes you pick up length well. Joe Root against seamers is up here. Joe Root against spin is like that, and he's picking up length. And when you pick up length from that position, it means you can get on the back foot and not get stuck out in front, nicking it. I'll give you some examples of Joe Root. Watch, we're still on that one. There we go, there's Joe Root, perfectly playing it on the back foot. Just picking up length, wide stance, going back and not getting trapped on the front foot. So there's two things to work on there. First of all, don't turn your hips. Don't come across it. The second thing, get lower with a wider base. Try and play them on the back foot.
I don't know who's going to open in India because Burns is obviously back. But is this a problem if it's going to be these two? And what can they do about it? What can they do? That's what they're doing wrong, as you put to Michael Atherton. What can they do about it? They've got one innings left, potentially, in this test match, and then they're off to India. I
think you have to give them, a little bit like the England spinners, you have to give them a bit of leeway. First of all, Crawley has been moved up the order to open the batting. They're both starting against spin. I think in India, you never know in Chennai, but in India with Bumrah, etc., they will start against seam, so they might have 20 before the spinners come on. But I do think it's a little bit of concern that one of the better players of spin in England, I would say in their top three, Stokes, Root and Johnny Bairstow are the three best players of spin in the England side. One's been given a boarding pass to London and the rest are going to Chennai. I'd have to rethink that.